So I'm heading out to the shed right now to play with a toy that Rockler sent me. And I'm trying it out for the very first time today. And so I'm a little nervous, but Rockler sent me my very first lathe. Let's make something cool. Now before we get started, yes, this is a sponsored video, but that doesn't negate the fact that Rockler is still a great place for good quality tools and is the go-to for your woodworking and hardware needs. With that being said, come check this bad boy out. So this particular lathe is a 1224, which means that it can chuck up stock that is 12 inches in diameter and stock that is 24 inches long. It has a 8-inch tool rest. It comes with a spur center and a live center. It also has this great digital readout that has actually forward and reverse, and it has a variable speed knob. And obviously it has a movable tailstock, but what's really cool is that you can also buy an extension that will extend this from 24 inches all the way up to 54 inches if you grow out of this size. It's got a handy dandy tool holder back here. And it's got this easy to change belt compartment so you can take it from low speed to high speed. It goes from 300 RPM all the way up to 3,500 RPM if I remember correctly. Now, obviously you don't have to do this, but I got one of the Rockler Rocksteady benches and put casters on it to make it mobile so I can get it in and out of the way when I'm not working with it. But I've also added some rails to put 4 large drawers to store all of my lathe tools and lathe projects in it. And I've also installed this wood panel on the side so that I could mount my tool holders and put my tools somewhere where I can get at them very easily when I need them. But that reminds me, thank you to Rockler for not only sponsoring this video and sending me this really cool tool. Rockler sent me everything I could possibly need to get started in this new lathe hobby of mine. Not only did they send me the carbide cutters that I would need, but they also sent me some great little handle turning kits, pen turning kit, and some other little accessories for the lathe. I do only have one problem with this lathe, and that is this screw that came with it. Can anyone tell me what this little screw is for? There's absolutely nothing about it in the manual, and there are no videos online, but it hasn't fallen apart yet, so we'll see what happens. Let me know down in the comments if you know what this little screw is for. Now, I am being perfectly honest when I tell you that I have not turned this on yet. In fact, I still even haven't unwrapped the cord from the factory wrapping yet. And I truly am nervous using this for the first time all by myself. But what Rockler did was they sent me to a class. It was a lathe for beginners class, and we turned a handle and we turned a bowl. I actually did a short about that, so if you wanted to see that short, I'll leave a link right here and a link down below if you wanted to check that out. And Spencer from the Novi, Michigan store taught me everything I needed to know to get started. He answered all the ridiculous questions that I had, and I feel like I have at least enough confidence to get started on my own here. So enough talking from me. Let's get this bad boy turned on. I'm going to start with the pizza cutter kit, and I believe a rosewood blank. But first, I've got to cut this down to size and drill a hole in the center for the threaded insert. I learned very quickly that I needed a drill chuck to complete this project. So now, the man drill gets chucked up in there. And then I imagine I bring the live center up to this other point that I've made, lock it, I think we're good. I think we're ready to do a little rough turning. All right, I want to bring the tool holder to position. All right. On. I think we want about, let's start off with 1200 maybe? I'm doing it! Chips are flying! It's very hard while it's spinning to be able to tell if I've taken away all the corners. Spencer taught me a neat little trick to just lay it on top. That means I still got corners. It looks like a cylinder. It looks so much like it looks like I got a full cylinder. Watch this. Still got a ways to go. But not bad. Not too much more. By the way, I love this face shield because I can just easily do this so I can keep drinking my coffee. Woodworking and coffee. Ooh, is there anything better? All right, that's looking really good. So I got my cylinder roughed. Now it's time to start thinking about the shape, which I've already got kind of a rough plan drawn of the shape I'm going for. And now it's gonna be about hogging out the material in these coves and kind of get a graceful flow to it. And I think I'm gonna switch over to this round gouge. Actually, no, I'm supposed to hog out the material first with this guy, with a straight one. Then, once I get to dialing in my contours, then I think I go to the round guy. Let's try that first. Spencer, I know. Spencer, I can hear you rolling your eyes at me and laughing. Stop it. Anyway, while Spencer's rolling his eyes at me, check out my awesome patrons. And their continued support helps me to keep making these videos. Also, this shoulder right here, this is called a mandrel. It has a 1-inch shoulder, and I use it as a guide to bring my handle shoulder right down to it. And that is made to match the shoulder of whatever I'm attaching to the handle. So, very helpful, very handy. This is called a storyboard, and I can kind of plot out my pitches, my details, where my coves are, and that kind of thing. Alright, I think I got it all roughed in, and it feels really good in my hands. I think I got a great contour going. Honestly, I think I'm done honing in the shape, so now I think I can move on to sanding. I'm sanding this up to about 600 grit before I polish it. this is looking really good. So now that I've got this sanded to about this is 600 grit right now, I'm going to move to something called friction polish. And it's these two guys here. I'm gonna start off with this paste and then this friction polish. And I'll have everything that I'm using down in the description below. But this is really gonna give it a beautiful sheen, just a beautiful shine. Now after I cut this tail piece off, I've got to go through this whole process again of sanding and polishing, but it's going to be worth it. Guys, this is so cool. Oh my god. Check that out. Oh my god, look at the wood grain on this. I believe this is some sort of rosewood. Bolivian rosewood, I think, maybe? But it's a rosewood. Oh my god. Wait, hold on. So cool! I'm telling you, if you are looking for a new hobby, check this out. You gotta check this out. Let's see what else we can make. This time I'm gonna add some dust collection to this thing because, oh my god, dust and chips. I made a frickin' pen! Oh my gosh, this is so... It only took me an hour and a half. And this is my first pen. Very first pen, swear. I don't know, I'm gonna try. Maybe I should cut it down in size a little bit. I made a frickin' bowl out of a log in my backyard. It's got a crack in it because it wasn't dried properly. But I may not be able to eat cereal out of this, but I can eat chips. Well, I think that I have broken in my new lathe properly. And this stuff is it's seriously just like a small tip of what you can do with a lathe. It's just, the possibilities are endless, honestly. Go to rockler.com, check out their lathes, and they've got so many cool turning kits. And I tell you, once I get the rest of these drawers installed, this is gonna be a great place for me to store my lathe-specific tools and materials. But I had so much fun just doing these 3 projects, and I already have a whole list of projects that I wanna do after the camera's off. But seriously, if you are looking for a new hobby, think about getting yourself a lathe. Take some classes, see if you like it. I promise you won't be disappointed. But I cannot wait to get better at these projects so I can make some more videos for you guys. So with that being said, I'll see you in the next one.